Hey YouTube, this is Firewizard23. We're here to talk about the February 2021 budget and how things went. So you see, reselling this month, pretty good, did 46 bucks worth. And we have my fee for using TurboTax this year, more on that in a minute. We have my, these are two doctor's offices. I did go to have a couple procedures done just to check out things are okay. I'm okay, don't worry, we just had to verify something. And just various other expenses there. So we got $973.95, 975.95. I can say it. I can do it. I used to be a math teacher. We're going to carry that over because I know there is a hospital bill coming, so I have to wait on that. I don't know my exact student loan amount right now. I know it's less than $14,000. I don't have the document in front of me to show that. I'll update that in the video description down below when I get that. So we pass that on to 975.95. 7595, pass it on, and here is March. I have decided, and you saw it here, this actually eating out was not part of this budget, but for March I decided to add back my eating out budget. I noticed that I do tend to grab like a meal at the end of the night if I'm just not, it's been a really long day and I just want to grab some food and not bother at home. So I've reintroduced that back. I'm just going to limit it to $50. And this month we do have my car insurance coming up. So that's going to have to be something to be paid for. We've got my electric bill, which you saw it was a 0 in the last month. It's going to be 0 again. I know in April I'm going to have to start paying again because I will run out of my HEAP assistance. There's 5 Wednesdays this month, so I'm really happy for all my Hannaford payments, my Hannaford payrolls. And if I could just do a slight tangent and talk about TurboTax for a minute. Okay, did my taxes with TurboTax. Did them, went just fine. I normally object to doing my stuff by TurboTax because I've always had problems doing the taxes myself. The questions really confuse me. I just want to do my taxes. I have 3 documents, okay? I just want to give you the information and go. And it was really easy. It imported one of them, and I just was able to type in the other stuff easily. And I submitted it. And I got a message back. We cannot accept your federal tax return because your date of birth is not the same as what is on file with the IRS. Please contact the IRS to confirm and verify this. Alternatively, I could have mailed it. And I'm just thinking, what? I've done electronic filing for 8 years. That's ridiculous. And I apologize for this story, like right in the middle of doing this. I apologize, but like this is just quite a story, and I can't find another time to tell it. A couple weeks I was just really, really angry. I yelled at my friend. I was so mad. Like, I knew TurboTax would mess me up. This is your fault, you jerk. And he's like so apologetic, and I felt really bad. And I went on Facebook and I trashed TurboTax. Oh, they're crud. You know, they dick around and da da da. But I finally calmed down one day and I'm like, okay, look, let's make some calls and let's figure out what's going on. I called TurboTax and I explained what had happened. Like I tried a couple times, it didn't work, and I verified everything was correct, my social security number, all that stuff. And they said, no, the only thing you'd probably want to do at this point is call the IRS and just verify that's right. Especially if you're going to do electronic paper filing, because then you can let them know that their paper file is coming. Okay. So I called the IRS. Now, I didn't spend more than 10-15 minutes on the phone with any of these people. Okay? But I called the IRS. Got somebody on the phone. If you Google, you can actually find out how to get through the phone system and get a person. Got a really nice guy, and I explained what had happened. And I explained that I just wanted to do a paper filing. He's like, okay, sure. For your date of birth, we have this number. And it was not my birth date number. And I'm like, what? Yeah, we've had, checks back in his records, that's the number we've had since 2011. That would have been the first year I ever did an electronic filing versus a paper filing. Okay, and I have all the old records of my old electronic filings. I looked at them, like, yeah, it's the correct birth date each time, same correct social security number, all that. Okay, and they said, so we get our information from the Social Security Administration. Okay, and they gave me the number for Social Security Administration. 10-15 minutes later, I'm talking with them. And I explained what had happened, da-da-da. Like, yeah, we have that incorrect date of birth. We've had that on file since 85. Basically, at the point my Social Security account was created. And I'm just sitting there hearing this, and I'm like, oh my God, TurboTax was telling the truth. But then why didn't that come up when I did, like, H&R Block or the other personal filing services I've used? Why didn't any of them ever trigger this? Must be that's how TurboTax verifies it. So SSA, they got me in contact with the local office, which is right here in town, and I explained I kind of brought them up to speed, said, okay, just mail these things into us and we can just take care of it. I actually had a copy of an actual official copy of my birth certificate from the State Department for when I moved to New York State for my driver's license. And so I still had that. Good. And I sent them all the documents I needed, so I'm just waiting for that to get corrected. But I'm like, I was awestruck at the end of all these conversations that morning. I'm like, are you serious? Since 1985, and this never came up, but it makes sense. If I fill out all this information, give them a social security number and a birth date and my address and all that stuff, I mean, your first instinct when I open up a credit card is not to call the Social Security Administration and verify they have the right birth date for me. That would not be your first instinct. And I'm just like, I was dumbfounded. I was completely dumbfounded. I just had to tell that story. That is a hell of a story. One of those stories for the grandkids. Like, this can't be real. And it's really simple. It's what they have on file. We just have to show them the birth certificate, just correct that. But wow. Okay, so this is Firewizard23. Let's hope for the future. Take care and bye-bye for now, everybody.